Hi, my name is Mandy Forrester, and I run the Golden Bell Education Foundation for the Boca Raton Chamber of Commerce. We were founded in 1991, and we are the Chamber's 501(c)(3) nonprofit. It was founded by the board of directors who wanted to give back to the community. And a way to do that is to help our local public schools K through 12. So we do tier this out by elementary, middle, and high school, but we do have a grant program that I'd like to do a short tutorial on how to apply for this grant. So for those of you who are coming back to apply, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, I want you to know there are no LOIs involved, no essay writing, but I will have some pro tips in here to help you really maximize your time and efforts and also be able to get a better chance at gaining and being awarded this kind of funding. Okay, so let's begin. You will be receiving a link for the grant application. You can't go to the Golden Bell website and find it because you do need to be invited, and part of that is being a local public school. So you will receive that. Once you receive the link and you go to apply, please make sure that you are within the proper time frame. Let me give you some important dates to start. And you can note this, and you'll be receiving more communications on this as well. So the first important date to note are school visits. They're happening right now in 2025 between January and February. And I've reached out to you already. If you are a school that received a grant last year, we love these visits. I attend every one of them, and I also bring a few of my board members, and it's a win-win. Not only do we love seeing the kids in action, utilizing the resources that were given with the monies and whatnot, but also we're able to bring that information back to our board. So when we do our grant review, which happens in May, it helps give a stronger case for things that we've seen and things that are being asked for again for multiple reasons. Okay, the next important date when the grants open, they open this year, February 3rd, 2025, and close on March 21st, 2025. Please make sure you're within that time frame to ensure that we're able to, and you're eligible to be looked at for a grant, and we are able to continue the grant process in a timely fashion. The next important date, I've already mentioned, we meet in May. It's towards the end of May, but that's when the board gets together to review your grants. And the more descriptive you can be and succinct, the better. And there'll be some more tips in this tutorial. Okay, also, so you know, you will be notified whether or not you are awarded a grant or you are not awarded a grant. So you will find out in the months of June and July, and the reasons for this are if you are not awarded monies, I do have underwriting opportunities, and I will reach out on your behalf and try to get your grant underwritten if it falls within scope. With that, you will be notified no later than July if you are not awarded monies. By then, we'll know if those opportunities have come to fruition or not. Next, early check distribution. So if you are awarded monies, we do give those monies out at our Golden Bell Chamber breakfast. It's a beautiful breakfast that we do in September. We hope all of you who are awarded monies are able to join. Everyone is welcome to join this beautiful event, and we love celebrating you. This is all because of you, and we want to recognize you. With that being said, we do give opportunities to receive those monies earlier on during the summer if you'd like to prepare for the school year. Just check the box when you get to that question in the grant application process, and we'll be reviewing that as well. Regardless, if you receive an early check distribution, we encourage you, and you're more than welcome to come on September 11th. If you have not gotten a check early, you will be awarded a live check then if you were approved for a Golden Bell grant in 2025. Okay. And again, that breakfast will be on September 11th of this year. Okay. Let's move on to the grant application. So first and foremost, we're going to need your email address. We're going to need to know what school you're applying from. Then we need to know your principal, who will be included on much of the correspondence. Then here, very importantly, we do have grant guidelines, and this will be provided to you before you get to this application. But if you haven't seen the guidelines yet, I highly recommend you go there because you want to maximize your time and efforts. And just so you know, if you do apply for something that's not in scope, I will give you an opportunity to resubmit. However, we all know time is very valuable and we don't want it to get to the point where you don't have enough time to resubmit. So if you check out these guidelines, it will give you a better chance of submitting properly. Okay, and let's take a quick look here at these guidelines. So if we take a look, we can see that with these guidelines, what you're looking at are the application dates, which we've gone over already, opening on February 3rd, closing on March 21st. And the real meat of this, what I want you to look at are the grant guidelines outlined right here. Okay, so it's going to be tiered by elementary school, middle school, and then also the high school level. Okay, and let me just review this quickly. At the elementary school level, if you're submitting, you want to focus on promotion of career and/or academic awareness as it relates to literacy, math, or science initiatives. An example in this category could include materials that enhance literacy, math, or science skills. At the middle school level, you want to focus on experiential education as it relates to career and/or academic exploration and development and/or the core curriculum. An example could be a situation where students gain experience in a certain area of work or profession. And at the high school level, you want to focus on career and/or academic preparation as it relates to the core curriculum and/or academy curriculum. An example in this category could be items needed to enrich the learning in an academy program. Okay, so they vary, but if you do follow this guideline, again, you'll have a better opportunity. There's also included in these guidelines, you will see things that we do not provide grants for. And I can tell you right now, a couple of things that come to mind would be equipment like bleachers or instruments, field trips. But I will tell you things like that have to do with perhaps a STEM program, microscopes. We've actually awarded that. We've awarded incubators. So sometimes we can go a little bit further out of the box, but again, check your guidelines. And if you have any questions, feel free to call the chamber and ask for Mandy, and I'll be more than happy to help assist before you apply for something that you think might not be within scope. Okay. Now, the rest of this document, so you know, we'll talk a little bit more about grant application, analysis of the grant application, and any amendments. So it's pretty simple. It's only a couple of pages. Please take a look at it. Really important, and it will help you. Okay, back to the grant application. We need to know the person submitting the grant. That's you. We need to know your title. So what are you teaching? Or what grade are you teaching? What is your email address? What is the best phone number to reach you at? And please, when you fill this out, please don't use the main office number. You can, but it sometimes is challenging because if school is closed and I'm calling to reach out to ask you for more information, or because perhaps your request was not within scope, a lot of times I'll get a generic voicemail and it takes a while to get to you, if it does get to you. So it's much better if you can give me a direct number, whether that be a cell, an extension, just works out better on both of our behalves. Okay, next we need school address, the dollar amount being requested. If this grant is awarded, the money will be used for XYZ. The educational justification for this grant expenditure is XYZ. Please include any relevant attachments pertaining to your grant request, further explaining the materials requested or showing a breakdown of pricing. Please label the attachment with your name and the name of your school. And I'm asking you this because everything is pulled into a particular division of cells. And if we don't have this information correlating to you or your specific school, it just makes it more difficult to attach your specific information with your specific request. So again, it's just maximizing efforts and making sure that whatever you send to me, and here's another pro tip, whatever you send, supporting documentation, please make sure that that is succinct and just easy to find. It it's not quantity over quality. It's definitely the quality. So if we have 100 pages, for example, on why incubators are good for a fifth grade class, that's not very good because we would have to search for the information. If you just show us the excerpt, or again, just something that's very on point, this is why we need it, this is the benefit, the resource, it just makes it easier when, if and when the board requests more information. And I thank you in advance for that. Okay, next, if this program is not open to all students, what will the criteria be? What is the total number of students who will benefit from this program? What is the total amount of money that will be spent per student? Dollars of the grant request divided by the number of students benefiting. And this is important because it goes into the algorithm, the amount of money per student. And again, it all goes back to the monies that we have available and the types of requests and the requests in scope, how we connect it. Okay. Will there be a financial obligation on the parents of the students participating in the program? Will additional monies be raised through fundraising or other solicitation efforts to support this proposed program? If yes, please explain, include the amount you raised or plan to raise. Okay, this one's important. If only partial funding of the grant is feasible, what are the most essential components of your requested program and what are your funding options? How much money is needed for primary components? Break it down. And I will ask you, please, to put the amount of money for each component. So I'll give you a simple example. Let's say you're asking for $5,000 and your primary request, and again, please apply for whatever your needs are. However, if it comes down to it where we have $2,500 to give to your school, but that primary component can only be achieved and executed for $3,000, we need to know that. So please, this is your area and opportunity to provide that information, and it will be very helpful to me and to our board. Thank you in advance for that. Okay, moving on. Has a Golden Bell grant previously funded this program? If so, please write a short testimonial on the benefit that we provided below. Okay. And the next is this request's goal similar to any previously funded Golden Bell grant? If yes, why was the program altered? And why will it be more successful? Next, if you are selected as a grant recipient, will you need the funds prior to September 11th, 2025? Again, that's when we're going to have our Golden Bell breakfast. And we are happy to do an early check distribution if you request it, so you can set up before the school year begins. And please include that preferred date. Next, use this space to write a specific factual testimonial to how Golden Bell funds have helped you, your students, and your school in the past. This text will be shared with the board of directors, and you may be chosen to be part of an informational video to help promote awareness and raise more funds for the Boca Raton Public Schools, scholarships, and educational programs. So if you are interested in allowing us to utilize these testimonials and or pictures, I will need you to consent to that as well. I attest that all information contained herein is accurate. In addition, I have read and agree to abide by all guidelines set for in the Greater Boca Raton Chamber of Commerce Golden Bell Education Foundation request guidelines. I agree with the statement and verify that the principal has been notified of this application to the Golden Bell Education Foundation. And another pro tip, please save a copy of your application. I promise you, you will want it again months later, and or your principal would like to see it. And you can always reach out to me and I'm happy to send you a copy. But again, to maximize time and efforts, please save a copy. It'll make it easier for you to go back to, see what you requested, how much you requested it for, when you find out if and when you are awarded funds. Okay? And next, if funding is awarded, the money received is to be used for the requested program only. Should my location, grade, or job assignment change, the funding will still be used as requested. If the program is unable to be carried out due to a change of location, grade, or job, I will return the funding to the Golden Bell Education Foundation. And this is really super important because life happens all the time, and we completely understand teachers change schools, things change. With that, I'll give you a few examples. I've had teachers move schools, seeing if they can move those monies over to the new school for the same program. We can't do that. It has to be used for what was approved for that school, for that program. However, a teacher coming in can use it, a new teacher, but it has to be for that school, for that particular program. And also, I've had other requests that, oh, we put in for XYZ. However, the licensing wasn't approved by the district yet, and the monies need to be returned. So please, I would just check on those things, be proactive. We don't want to, disappoint you. You get awarded monies and then you can't use them. So those are just some tips on how to avoid those challenges. Okay, and I agree to comply with the Golden Bell Education Foundation's reporting requirements. I will complete the grant report form and schedule a school visit when requested. It's that simple. So I truly appreciate you. I want to thank you so much for applying this year to Golden Bell's Education Foundation grants. And on that note, please call me if you have any questions, if there's anything else that you need, and I'd be happy to assist. Thank you so much.